What's going on, guys? This is Miasin and welcome to my Thunder Dragon Bystial combo video. This deck is extremely fun and really interesting because it is probably the only combo deck that doesn't lose to Shifter and doesn't lose to any hand traps, I want to say, because it doesn't really care if the cards are getting banished. You actually benefit off of that. The Thunder Dragon monsters want to get banished anyways, so if you're going like normal summon Shifter effect under Shifter, it's pretty much a one-card combo, and even Armageddon Knight can do a lot just on its own if you're getting shifted, and you can also play Shifter yourself, so it's really interesting to play a combo deck that is different for a change. But this deck is also getting indirect support, and if this video can get 1,000 likes, I will be making a revisited version of the combo and deck profile that, by the way, I will be uploading tomorrow. But yeah, anyways, let's get right into combo number 1 out of 4. Alright, so let's just say that you're getting shifted, you go normal summon Armageddon Knight, everybody's gonna change shifter here because what else are you gonna be for? You could be sending like, Destrudo and stuff like that. But anyways, you're gonna be sending the Roar and then summon the Dark, and you're gonna be going Hawk in order to revive back the Dark, and you're gonna be reviving back the shifter because it's a level 6, and at this point you can make Evil Zorash, so one single card under shifter was still able to end on Evil Zorash as well as a Dark that probably will be searching when it dies because it doesn't actually have to be sent to the graveyard to search. So that's really interesting, and you're gonna have a nice follow-up for next turn guaranteed. So yeah, one single card through Shifter. You can obviously do way more if you have like more resources to play with, and this is just the beginning. Let's get right into combo number 2. Alrighty, so assuming that you have Batteryman Solar, Lubellion, and Assault Synchron, look at what you can do. There's also a lot of substitutes and a lot of different cards that you can draw and still achieve the same board. Normal summon Batteryman Solar, and you're going to be sending the the Roar, and then you're going to be getting the Magnemite Search with the Lubellion, banish the Dark, I'm so stupid, banish the Roar in order to summon the Magnemite, and now summon the Dark, Chilling 1, Chilling 2, you can Chin Block the other way around. And now that you're summoning a Thunder monster, you get to summon a token. This token is really relevant. It's also a vanilla monster so that you can summon Ringo Worm, the 100 Apple Dragon, a really good card in this deck. Now, summon number 5 is going to be Chaos Angel, so even if you get nibbed, it's fine because this is going to float. This is going to stay on the board because it's unaffected by monster effects, and all of your monsters are also indestructible by battle because this is a light and dark Chaos Angel. Really terrifying. Anyways, you're going to be summoning the Assault Synchron. If you do not get hit by Nibiru, it's pretty much impossible to lose because your end board is unfair. Anyways, go into Martial Metal Marcher, and then you're going to be reviving back Assault Synchron. We didn't really see this card since Link Cross, so it's really interesting to see that, it's back. And now you're going to be going into Omega using the Martial Metal Marcher, search the Hawk with a Dark, and then banish a card from your opponent's hand with the Omega. And then the Hawk effect is going to be recycling back the Roar, go into Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon, revive back the Assault Synchron, go into Bystial Dispatter, and then revive back the Omega. This is so freaking cool because now you get to hand loop a second card from your opponent's hand. But we're not done yet because we're going to be going Lubellion, Tribute the Dispatter, and then the Assault Synchron is going to be reviving back the Dispatter because we did tribute a dragon monster on the board. And now the Lubellion is going to be fetching the Regained, and we're going to be going Omega effect again, banish another card from our opponent's hand. If it is a light or dark monster, we can also return it back to the bottom of the deck to draw one card with a Regained, and the cards that you're banishing with Omega are banished permanently because the Omega keeps changing locations. So it's actually really scary that you're making your opponent lose a lot of resources while you're also making a huge board. But yeah, you draw one card and then you're going to be linking off for Hieratic Seal because the Dispatter can be in the graveyard, no problem, since the Regain will be reviving back your Dispatter whenever your opponent summons a monster. And the Magnemite is going to be searching for the Druid Worm, so that's like at least like 4 or 5 interruptions on top of hand looping your opponent for a bunch of cards, because the Druid Worm can also send a card from your, send a monster special summoned from your opponent's field to the grave. The Hieratic Seal can bounce back a card. So even if you don't want to tribute the Hieratic Seal and play around like Call by the Grave, for example, it's not the end of the world. You can still use the effect of Druid Worm, and then you're going to be reviving back the Dispatter. And again, none of your monsters can be destroyed by battle, so even if the Hieratic Seal has 0 attack, it's fine. Your opponent can't just bait it easily. He's going to have to commit a lot of resources and actually try to run over your stuff manually, and it's going to be an absolute nightmare. Not run over your stuff, but like clear them by like card effects and stuff like that. So yeah, it's an absolute mess, and there is pretty much no way you lose, especially if you're playing against a deck that loses to Bystials, because this deck does not lose to Bystials. Obviously, what are they gonna do? Like, Bystial, my Thunder Dragon Roar? I want to give you a hug. Like, thank you so much. It's actually hilarious. Like, this deck doesn't lose to Shifter, it doesn't lose to Bystial, and the summon number 5 is always Chaos Angel, so at the very least, I have an unaffected by monster effect, indestructible by battle monster, and if my opponent doesn't have very specifically Dark Ruler, he's gonna lose. So absolutely gorgeous. That's it for combo number 2. Let's get right into combo number 3 now. Alrighty, so what happens when you have the exact same hand, but this time we also have Ringo Worm, and you're gonna be making a really big board. So again, Batteryman Solar, send the Roar. Lubellion is gonna be searching the Magnamut. By the way, I just want to make it clear that there is pretty much no difference between drawing Lubellion and Saronir. Saronir is actually the second best Bystial monster that you can draw here, because when you're gonna be synchroing off using the Saronir, you're gonna be foolishing for the Lubellion, and it's gonna end up doing the same. The only difference is that you're not gonna be getting the end phase search with Magnamut. But that's honestly not the end of the world. Anyways, Magnamut banish the Roar, and then Chilling 1, Chilling 2, so that even if your opponent has an Ash, it's not the end of the world. And obviously, the correct move would be to Ash the Batteryman Solar, but we never know. Maybe you have like Allure of Darkness, and you hard drew the Roar, so it wouldn't change anything at this point. Anyways, summon your token, and then Ringo Worm here. You're going to be now Synchro Summoning for Metal Marcher, and then revive back the 100 Apple Dragon. Now, I'm trying to be a little greedy and play into Nib, but whatever, if my opponent has it, he has it. Or you could actually be safe again and go Chaos Angel on summon number 5 using these two monsters. But anyways, go into Omega, and then Dark is going to be searching for the Hawk. Omega, banish 1 card, and again, we're not done yet. Summon the Assault Synchron, Synchro into Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon, revive back the Assault Synchron, Dispatter, get back the Omega, and now Lubellion, get back the Dispatter using the Assault Synchron. Lubellion is going to be fetching the Regained. Omega, make my opponent lose a second card again. Regained, draw 1 card if it's a light or dark. And now Synchro Summon for Stardust Charge Warrior, which makes me draw an additional card. So you're also getting a, follow-up for next turn. And well, I mean, you always have a follow-up thanks to Regained and the Search with Magnamut. But anyways, Ringo Worm is going to be banishing itself to summon a token, and now you can synchro into Baronne de Fleur, Hawk, revive back the Roar, and you're going to be going into Evil Zo Rash. So you have 2 cards in your hand, you're searching a Bystial monster, you hand loop your opponent for 2 cards, and you have 3 interruptions with a card that can revive back a Bystial monster when your opponent summons a monster, and you can draw a bunch of cards. Like, how the hell is this fair? Like, your opponent has 4 cards to play with against all of this, like 2 Spell and Trap negates, a monster negate, a DD Crow, a body, and a follow-up. Like, and you still have another card in your hand, because obviously, this is a 4-card combo, but there are variations, there's a lot of searchers in this deck, and there are ways that you can make this deck a little better. But yeah, absolutely fantastic and really fun again to play with. I love this deck, and if it can get more consistency support in the future, this deck could easily become unstoppable. Alrighty, combo number 4 is going to be me playing out a random hand, and by the way, I just want to, make you guys know that if this video gets 1,000 likes, Colossus is guaranteed to be unbanned. So yeah, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. The source is Trust Me Bro, by the way. I don't have any contact with Konami, but trust the crust. Anyways, my hand is kind of nice. I have Axel Synchro. Jesus, Axel Synchron. Yo, my bad, okay? I'm stupid. Allure of Darkness, Small World, Diabolos, and Melody of Awakening Dragon. I'm gonna be going Melody, discard the Diabolos, search the Levineer as well as the Chaos Emperor Dragon, and then Allure of Darkness, draw 2, banish the Levineer, Small World, banish the Armageddon Knight in order to summon, and banish the Roar in order to get the Batteryman Solar. So you play 6 Batteryman Solars, and you play like a bunch of copies of everything, because this deck can have a lot of draw power and a lot of search power. Normal summon Batteryman Solar, and you're going to be foolishing for the Roar, and then Bystial Saronir, banish the Roar, summon the Dark, and then summon a token. You have Axel Synchron, which you can search with tuning, by the way. You can also play Revolution Synchron if you really want to. This deck can do everything you can ask for. But anyways, Synchro Summon into Martial Metal Marcher. I love doing that. And then again, into Omega, search the Hawk. You can play more Thunder Dragon monsters if you want to. And again, if we get like Colossus, this deck is like tier negative infinite. This is what we can do without even using the Thunder Dragon monsters for a fusion summon. So imagine if we can actually play with the full Thunder Dragon engine. But anyways, the Saronir is going to be foolishing for the Lubellion, and then Dispatter, revive back the Omega, and then Lubellion effect, revive back, well, rather summoning condition. Diabolos, Chainlink 1, and Axel Synchron, Chainlink 2, revive back the Dispatter. So we're going to be getting back a lot of monsters here. This is honestly really terrifying. We already hand looped our opponent for 1 card using the Omega, but we're not done yet because we have Diabolos, so we're gonna make my opponent lose another card, and then Omega is gonna be banishing another card. Chaos Emperor Dragon of Armageddon is gonna get back the Levineer that we banished with Allure of Darkness, and then the Hawk is gonna be reviving back the Roar, And then Dragon of Armageddon is going to summon itself by banishing a Light and Dark. The Regain is going to make us draw 1 card. And then we're skillful at the game with Julubellion. Doesn't matter too much because we already summoned it. Link off into Hieratic Seal, summon Chaos Angel, Magnamut banishing the Solar, and then use the effect, and then summon the Levineer, make our opponent lose a 4th card. So now we hand loop for 4, which is insanely stupid, and how can you lose here, realistically? Link off into Masquerena and face search the Druid Worm. Our opponent has 2 cards in her in hand, and we have like infinite billion interruptions. So even if our opponent has like, I don't know, like a Dark Ruler, he's still not going to be able to play because we can still go like Druid Worm, banish our own card, draw 1 card, and then Hieratic Seal, tribute the Druid Worm for cost, and then send a monster your opponent controls to like the grave. This is like stupid, and if our opponent doesn't have Dark Ruler, there's like literally no way in hell he can break the board. And again, he can't go like Battle Phase, attack over the Hieratic Seal and Masquerena because every single monster you control cannot be destroyed by battle, and the Dispatter can negate a monster effect or destroy a monster because our opponent has cards in the banished at this point. So even if our opponent was like holding an Nibiru, because of the fact that you're going Omega Banish, your opponent has a stacked banish pile so that you can always negate the Nibiru. So the Nibiru has to be used very early against this deck. But again, I'm sure that this deck can definitely improve. This is just like prototype number 1. With fun combo decks like that, there's always going to be like a genius that's going to find a way to like revolutionize it and make it like so much better. As we've seen with David Erpin, who actually managed to top YCS Minneapolis with a deck very similar to that. And if anything, he was actually my inspiration behind, you know, recreating this deck. So if you're watching this, David, a huge shout outs to you. You're the man. That's it for this combo video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, stay tuned for the deck profile coming up tomorrow. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.